Today we will talk about organizational structure. An organization's structure significantly impacts its financial performance, employee management, and overall productivity. For instance, Apple CEO Tim Cook's decisions about the company's structure affect communication, collaboration, power distribution, and employee perceptions of their work environment. Organizational structure shapes employee attitudes and behaviors, extending beyond individual traits or team dynamics to influence the entire workforce. Match.com CEO Sam Yargan emphasizes that the way companies organize talent directly affects innovation, evolution, and survival. Executives often overlook the critical role structure plays in productivity. Organizational structure defines how jobs and tasks are divided, coordinated, and managed. While structures are simple in small organizations, they become complex as companies grow, influencing daily interactions, managerial supervision, and decision-making processes. Okay, now the question that needs to be answered is, why do some organizations have different structures than others? An organizational chart visually represents all jobs within a company and the formal reporting relationships between them. It provides a clear understanding of how work is structured, benefiting both organizational members and outsiders. While simple for small organizations, charts become increasingly complex as companies grow. For instance, creating a chart for Walmart's 2.2 million employees would be an immense and ongoing task due to constant updates required for staff changes. Organizational charts, though often simplified for illustrative purposes, highlight the variety and complexity of organizational structures. They reveal 5 key elements that define how work tasks, authority, and decision-making responsibilities are organized within a company. These elements, outlined in this table, provide a framework for understanding the structure of an organization and will be explored in detail in the following slides. Work specialization involves dividing tasks in an organization into distinct jobs, often referred to as the division of labor. This approach can enhance productivity, but requires balancing productivity, flexibility, and employee motivation. Henry Ford exemplified high work specialization by assigning assembly line workers to perform a single task repeatedly, which increased efficiency and simplified training. However, this specialization can limit employees' adaptability and the development of diverse skills. For instance, accounting graduates may focus on either auditing or taxes, making them less versatile. While high specialization can work in larger companies with many employees, it may hinder flexibility in smaller firms where employees need to perform various tasks. Additionally, jobs with low variety can negatively impact employee job satisfaction. Workers often prefer roles that require a range of activities and skills. The film Modern Times highlights the drawbacks of extreme work specialization, portraying it as dehumanizing and machine-like. The chain of command in an organization defines the reporting structure, clarifying who reports to whom. In traditional structures, each employee reports to one supervisor, creating a clear hierarchy that flows up to the CEO, who is accountable to the board of directors. While most organizations rely on this structure for order and predictable performance, some, like Valve Corporation, operate without managers, promoting a boss-free environment. However, such examples are rare. Modern organizations sometimes complicate the chain of command, with roles reporting to multiple managers or implementing co-CEO structures, as seen in companies like Oracle. Yet, some companies like Whole Foods and Chipotle have moved away from co-CEOs to streamline decision-making, emphasizing the importance of clear communication and focus for operational success. Span of control refers to the number of employees a manager oversees. A narrow span of control means fewer employees per manager, allowing for close supervision and hands-on leadership, but can increase labor costs and lead to employee resentment due to micromanagement. A wide span of control involves more employees per manager, which can increase efficiency, but may reduce the manager's ability to effectively supervise and support their team. Research suggests a moderate span of control is most productive, balancing the benefits of oversight with efficiency. An organization's span of control affects its structure. Narrow spans create a tall structure with many management layers, while wide spans result in a flat structure. Taller organizations face higher costs and slower decision-making due to more managerial levels and complex communication channels. In contrast, flatter organizations are more adaptable and cost-effective. Over time, many companies have shifted to flatter structures, reducing managerial ranks to improve communication and decision-making, as seen with Intel and McDonald's efforts to streamline operations. Centralization refers to the concentration of decision-making authority within a small group of top managers, while decentralization involves distributing that authority to lower-level employees, empowering them to make decisions. As organizations grow, decentralization often becomes necessary, as top management cannot handle every decision. Many companies are shifting towards decentralized structures to enhance efficiency and responsiveness. For example, Airbus aims to empower production managers to expedite decision-making, while Cargill maintains a small senior governing body to encourage accountability and ownership among employees. However, some organizations, like Sheetz convenience stores, retain centralized control despite their growth, believing that family oversight is crucial to their success. Joe Sheetz emphasizes that maintaining decision-making within the family contributes to the company's achievements. This highlights the varying approaches organizations take regarding centralization and decentralization based on their unique circumstances. Formalization in an organization refers to the extent to which specific rules and procedures standardize behaviors and decisions. High formalization provides necessary control and coordination, ensuring consistency in products and services. For example, if McDonald's varied its menu preparations across locations, it could lead to customer dissatisfaction. Similarly, inconsistent responses from customer support could harm a company's reputation. Alcoa's Michigan Casting Center faced significant performance variations among machine operators, which were addressed by establishing standard operating procedures based on best practices. This formalization resulted in more predictable output and quality. In contrast, companies like W.L. Gore adopt a much lower level of formalization. Founder Bill Gore believed that rigid job titles and descriptions could hinder creativity and communication. When an employee sought a title for a business card, he humorously suggested Supreme Commander, illustrating a culture that values flexibility over strict formalization. Research supports Gore's perspective, indicating that high formalization can undermine the benefits of decentralized decision-making and employee empowerment. Organizational structure elements often complement each other, with some combinations emphasizing efficiency and others flexibility. For instance, wide spans of control are linked to decentralized decision-making, while high work specialization tends to align with high formalization. These combinations reflect the balance between mechanistic and organic structures. Mechanistic organizations are efficient, rigid, and predictable, thriving in stable environments. They feature high formalization, a hierarchical chain of command, specialized tasks, centralized decision-making, and narrow spans of control. Organic organizations, on the other hand, are flexible, adaptive, and suited for dynamic environments. They have low formalization, fewer hierarchical levels, generalized tasks, decentralized decision-making, and wide spans of control. While many companies lean toward one structure, few are purely mechanistic or organic. For example, Microsoft has both organic and mechanistic qualities within its teams. While a mechanistic structure can be crucial for efficiency, it's not inherently bad in certain contexts. It's the best approach for organizations. Organizational design is the process of creating or modifying a company's structure to align with its specific needs and circumstances. Ideally, organizations proactively design their structures, but some may develop them organically without careful planning, leading to inefficiencies that necessitate change. Several factors influence organizational design. 1. Business environment. The external environment, including customers, competitors, and suppliers, affects how organizations structure themselves. Stable environments allow for efficiency, while dynamic ones require adaptability. For example, Sony struggled to adapt to changes in the market, impacting its profitability. 2. Company strategy. An organization's objectives dictate its design approach. Companies pursuing a low-cost strategy often adopt mechanistic structures to maximize efficiency, while those focused on differentiation may employ more organic structures to quickly adapt to market changes. 3. Technology. The methods used to produce goods can also dictate structure. Routine technologies benefit from mechanistic structures for efficiency, while variable technologies require more decentralized and flexible approaches. 4. Company size. As organizations grow, they tend to become more mechanistic, relying on specialization, formalization, and centralization to manage complexity. However, large companies often try to maintain a sense of smallness, inspired by the concept of Dunbar's number, around 150, which suggests that individuals can only maintain meaningful relationships with a limited number of people. Companies like W.L., Gore, and Facebook recognize this and strive to create smaller units or maintain close connections even as they grow. Ultimately, while larger organizations may face challenges related to size and complexity, they can implement strategies to foster communication and maintain an entrepreneurial spirit. Organizational structures vary widely, and the choice of structure depends on factors such as the size of the company, its strategy, and the business environment. Here are some common organizational forms. Simple structures, typically used by small businesses, e.g., small retail stores or family-owned firms. Simple structures have flat hierarchies where a single person, often the owner, makes decisions. As the business grows, this structure may evolve into more complex arrangements with additional layers of management. Bureaucratic structures. These are more formal, mechanistic structures designed for efficiency, characterized by high specialization, centralization, and rigid hierarchies. Functional structures group employees by specialized functions, e.g., marketing, finance, and are effective for organizations with a narrow focus and stable environments. However, they can lead to poor interdepartmental communication. Multi-divisional structures arise when organizations grow too diverse, organizing employees by product, region, or client. While efficient, these structures can lead to silos within the company, with limited cross-divisional communication. Geographic structures. Used by organizations with a global presence, these structures group operations based on geographic regions to cater to local needs and manage distant locations efficiently. Client structures. Companies with large, distinct client groups may organize around serving those clients, creating divisions for different customer types, e.g., personal versus commercial banking. Matrix structures. These structures combine functional and product or client-based groupings, creating flexible teams that can quickly respond to changes. However, the matrix introduces complexity and can lead to stress due to employees having dual reporting lines. This structure is common in global companies and industries requiring a high level of coordination, such as biopharmaceuticals. In conclusion, the choice of organizational structure depends on the size, strategy, and needs of the company, with each structure having its own advantages and challenges. Okay, the last question we have is how important is structure? An organization's structure significantly influences many aspects of organizational behavior, including communication, task allocation, group dynamics, employee innovation, and the distribution of power and influence. Like the walls of a house that define the space within, an organizational structure sets the boundaries within which employees operate. While managers can adjust certain factors to enhance performance, they must still work within the existing structure. The structure not only shapes job performance, but also determines what is expected from employees. However, different structural elements, e.g., narrow versus broad spans of control, are not inherently good or bad for performance. The right balance depends on the organization's environment and culture. Changes to an organization's structure, called restructuring, can negatively impact employees, particularly in the short term. It often leads to confusion and inefficiencies, hindering task performance. Restructuring can also harm organizational commitment by increasing stress, lowering trust, and reducing employees' emotional attachment to the company. Organizational restructuring is a common yet challenging process that often occurs to help companies adapt to their environment and improve profitability, such as through cost reduction. Restructuring can take various forms, such as changing the structure from product-based to functional, or flattening the hierarchy by removing layers of management to cut costs. Flattening usually involves layoffs, which can create significant stress and uncertainty among employees, particularly those who remain after layoffs, known as layoff survivors. The restructuring process can lead to low morale, fear, and reduced productivity, as seen in the case of Hewlett-Packard's multiple restructurings under different CEOs, which caused widespread panic and a loss in productivity. To help restructuring succeed, managers must support the survivors by giving them a sense of control, open communication, and clarity about future goals. For restructuring to be truly successful, it requires more than changes to the organizational chart. It involves significant shifts in how employees work and adapt to new expectations and workloads.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to channel.